Hello, everybody. Welcome to Facebook Live. It's a Monday, October, I think, 21st. I don't have my watch on today, so I think it's October 21st. It is time to put our Stampin' Lips on. Woohoo! I'm super excited. I've got some great projects for you today. We're going to use the Mercury glass acetate. I had a whole bunch of requests for that, so message received. We'll be making 2 cards with it, and I'm going to show you a third. I've got 6 stamp sets to give away today. I've got cards to share. I've got a little update on our fabulous retreat that's happening this weekend. I'm so excited. In fact, can you see, do you see all the see that huge stack of cardstock that's all about to get cut? And then there's a second stack that's at least as high as that one. So I am going through, I would say, an epic amount of cardstock to prepare for this weekend. So I'm super duper excited. I've been working really hard to get some amazing projects ready for my retreat attendees. I am so excited for the event this weekend, and I'm looking at my future dates for the retreat. So I potentially will have one in April, I think, and again next year in October. So I will keep you posted and let you know for sure. I'm waiting to hear back from my venue, so we'll see how that all goes. And then, let's see. Oh, Stampin' Up! Announced our 1-day flash sale on stamp sets. If you are on my newsletter list, you should have received an email from me today with some of the information about that, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. So that's going to be all day Wednesday in the US, and I will of course send out another email again. Hi Donna, thank you so much, my dear. Is it tomorrow where you are? Have you been sleeping all this time? I'm on a conference call with Donna, who's in Australia. And I had to laugh. Our call is 8 a.m. for me, and I think it's 11 or 12 p.m. for her. So bless her heart. She's so awesome. Someone asked how I'm feeling. Thank you. I'm doing well. I'd say I'm about 95%. Still have a little intestinal issue, and I think that's because the antibiotics they gave me killed everything in my gut. So we're replenishing the good bacteria. I can hear the jingle of one of my children.
It's full.
There it is. There she is. So this one is trying to qualify for state on Thursday. So send your prayers and your cheers and your good wishes. Put your clothes down.
Lots of prayers.
Oh my gosh! Don't do that.
Mom's video's gonna get demonetized now.
It's Facebook. She doesn't make money off Facebook.
She puts on YouTube.
Seriously.
Well, YouTube.
2 kids for sale, free. This one eats a lot.
I'm an adult now.
Oh yeah.
Not till you pay your own bills are you an adult? Okay, speaking of being an adult,
Ella can technically get married.
I'm not getting married.
What is happening here? This is why you don't let your kids in your office while you're doing a Facebook Live.
You always let me. Actually, you invite me sometimes.
You
Yeah.
left the salami out this morning.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Burn her
that
out.
is bad.
Burn Ella.
And you,
What?
how was your day? So, do they know that they don't have school on Friday, and so they will be driving to the hotel to set up with me? I love it. Look at he's got this look on his face like, here, do that look.
I must be getting paid a lot then.
Sure.
You're paying me, right?
Oh my gosh. Let
You're
go
paying
of me.
me, right?
There is gonna be a candy buffet that'll let you.
You are paying
Okay,
me in
let go of
cash
me.
money. In cash money.
We'll see.
Are you sure?
I'm sure we'll see. Okay, stop strangling me.
Love you. I'm not a strangler. I'm just hugging
You're
her.
kind of strangling a little.
Ow.
Okay. All right. It's time to say goodbye. Bye-bye. 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 I love you. Bye-bye. Not taking the hint. Okay.
Oh, I know you love me.
I do love you. Stop it. All right. It's time to say bye-bye. You lost control. Yes, I have.
Yeah, she's a bad mom.
I'll fit your nail in into my eye, I'm assuming.
Okay. Hair is all messed up. All right. What do you... Turn that off. This room is not a room that things should be blowing around in. He's put my ceiling fan on. Can you see it? No. Okay, seriously, Carl? Okay, my ceiling fan is on, like, high. 1 second. Let me turn it off. Sheesh. Seriously, those kids are free. You can take them. Okay. All right, so I think, yeah, bye, Carl is right. So I think we are going to have an amazing weekend. I've got some fun surprises planned for my weekend. I've got lots of really cool stuff. Why no school on Friday? I don't know. It's just a day. Maybe it's in service or something. They don't have school Friday or Monday, which is kind of nice for me because then I don't have to deal with them on Monday. Actually, I almost wish they were going to school on Monday. Oh well. All right. I think I've even cleaned up my work surface enough for you guys to be able to watch me without my being embarrassed. I look like I have fun with my kids. I do. You know, I took them shopping. So Carl continues to grow. He's like about 6 feet tall. And he what was I going to say? He's 6 feet tall and his voice has gotten really deep, as you may have noticed. So we needed to get new pants because all of his pants are high waters again. And so we went to Dick's Sporting Goods because all they want to wear are exercise pants. You know, that's like the thing. I was thinking back to the day when it was Guess jeans and Z Cavarici jeans. Oh, you were so cool if you had those. But they were so expensive. Anyway, so I took them and Ella had to get something too. And so we were at Dick's Sporting Goods and the lady rang us up and it was like $500. And I was like, what? I was freaking out. $500, and it turns out she rang 2 items in twice, and that accounted for like $160 extra. So anyway, I was relieved when I asked her to count, like, could you count the items? And she's like, oh no, I missed 2. And I was like, no, not more or less. So anyway, then the manager kind of came over and my kids are like, oh my gosh, Mom, seriously. And as it turns out, it was like $300, not $500. So that was, I'm glad we looked that one over. So anyway, yes, those kids, if they aren't eating, they want new clothes. You already paid Carl if you bought him new clothes. Thank you, Whitney. That is true. And I did. I took him shopping to 2 different places. And those 2, when you go together, they just bicker and they fight over who sits in the front seat of the car with me. It is like, come on, guys. Have I given you enough insight into my life? I will say, though, I did get to go. I knew this week was going to be really busy. So I had a date with my husband last night. We went out to dinner. And then, like any good date, we went to Target to pick up a couple things. So it was really nice to have a little time with him because I knew this week was going to be busy. And I've got tons of helpers coming to help get everything ready. And so I knew I would be neglecting him a bit this week. So I'm glad we went out. We had a very nice time. It was probably the longest conversation I've had with him in a while. He was traveling half of last week and the week before. He was gone for a whole week. So anyway, long story short, we are back in action, and I think I've talked long enough. I think it's time to start stamping and looking at the good stuff, right? Okay, so close your eyes for a sec. I'm going to flip my camera around and get you all situated. I'm like, oh, what is that? It's the ceiling, not my table. Okay, there we go. Ah, welcome. Okay. So, I have a bunch of cards that came in the mail from you sweet, sweet people. So let me share these with you. This one is from Jacqueline. If I think I saw, she might be on here, but anyway. So this is a beautiful, beautiful Get Well Soon card that she created. So thank you so much. And I thought this was so cute. Her little label on the back. But this is so beautiful. Thank you so much. I really like this card. Here's another really fun card. This one is from another member of my team, Greta. And she used the little masking or decorative masks. Actually, I'm going to use the decorative masks in a card on my blog tomorrow. So check that out. I've got a video tutorial for it. But such a cute, cute, cute card. I loved it. So thank you so much for thinking of me, Miss Greta. Here's another one from one of my team members. This is from... oh, this is from... I love it. She wrote Not Joyce. So I have a member of my team. Her name is Joy. I don't know. She might even be on here. So anyway, she said she always, actually, I think her PayPal even, or something she does has Joy Not Joyce as her name. So I always crack up at this. But this is such a pretty card. This is using one of our making or Memories and More cards and note cards and envelopes from the Good Morning Magnolia. And then she added a little, I don't know if you can see this on here, a little shimmer to the flowers. So really, really pretty. So such a cute card. And thank you, my dear. And I loved your letter. I appreciate it so much. Here's another gorgeous card. This is with the Beautiful Friendship stamp set. And this is going to be, I believe on our special. I'll show you the special sets that are going to be on sale just on Wednesday. So beautiful card. And this one, who is this from? Oh, from Lori. So a very sweet, sweet card. I appreciate it. Oh, I was like, who is this? I know a Lori, but oh, yep, that's the one. Lori is a demonstrator from Arizona who I love and adore. Okay, here's another card, and I have just have to show you how cute the envelope even is. So this is a really cute card, and who is this from? Jennifer. It's from Canada. I think it's awesome that my Canadian friend is sending me a card with a tropical motif on it. But she had a really sweet message in her card too. So anyway, thank you so much, Jennifer. I really appreciate it. So sweet. All right. And then, oops, here's another one. That's from Joyce, bless her heart. And I know Joyce is on here. She is a fellow Iowan she lives on the other side of the state as me, but she sent me this really pretty card. And she's so cute. This card has some contraband supplies on it, but you wanted to send a card that I hadn't seen before. So bless your heart. And I love the colors. You know that, Joyce. So thank you so much for thinking of me. I'm doing much better. And then here's one more beautiful card. This is from Gwen, who's also on my team. She sent this card, and look at these. Each are the stitched squares that she did out of the printed paper that was in last year's catalog. And I love the card layout. It's adorable. It turned out fantastic. And I'm thinking I need to copy this. So this is a great way to use your DSP. So thank you so much, Miss Gwen. I appreciate it. So lots of beautiful cards. I really appreciate you sharing them with me and getting mail. Oh, makes my heart just so happy. So thank you so much. All right. I've got a stack of stamp sets to give out and a whole bunch of tickets. I had to write out so many tickets. I did them in like spurts. So here we go. We'll start at the top. So my first stamp set is going to go to Lisa, and I'm pretty sure I saw you on here, Lisa. So Lisa Colette, I think that's your name, Lisa Colette. So congratulations, Miss Lisa. All that you need to do to redeem your stamp set is to send me an email with your mailing address to this email, drico@yahoo.com, and I will send this out to you. So congratulations to you, Lisa. Next up, I have Barbara Kellenbach, and did I see Barbara on here? She might be on here. So congratulations to you, Barbara. Make sure you send me your address, and you get the Wiggle Room stamp set with these cute little bugs. These are so adorable. My next stamp set is Lots of Cheer, and this is on the sale coming up. And that set is going to go to Nancy Volz. So Nancy, make sure you send me your address, and I have this cute little stamp set for you. Actually, I want to share, well, let's see. I might have a card handy. Hold on. Haha, I do. Look at this card. This is from that stamp set. Isn't this cute? I just think this is so stinking cute, the card. So I liked it. It was cute. All right. I'm going to share that later because I'm going to try and give you some ideas with all those sets that are on sale. Okay. My next stamp set is the Christmas Crowd stamp set, which is so stinking cute. I love this. In fact, we need to make a card with this. That is going to go to Miss Rhonda Palmer. So congratulations, Rhonda. Again, email me your mailing address so I can send this out to you. The next set is another Christmas Crowd, and this one is going to go to Renee Dillard. And Renee, you had like 4 names, so I just went with your first and last because I didn't think I'd fit it all on the ticket. So Renee Dillard, here is a stamp set for you. Just send me your mailing address. And finally, one more stamp set. This one is going to go to Alexandra Matea. She is going to get the Yummy Christmas stamp set. And Alexandra, you're coming to my event this weekend, just so happens. And if I could just put out a cute little plea for you, Alexandra has a bakery in Alton, Illinois. So first of all, I'm going to give you a shameless plug. I mean, there's like 284 people from all over the world who are now going to be aware of your amazing bakery. But she makes awesome bakeries stuff, stuff. And if I could just put in a teeny little request, it worked the last time I did it. I don't know if it'll work this time. But she makes these little fruit tarts. And if she brought me one of those, it would make my whole weekend. So anyway, isn't that pathetic? I hijacked people from all over the world to tell her that I wanted her to make me a fruit tart. And I have a stamp set for you. I didn't actually do it that way. I drew her name and I was like, oh, she's coming. I can use this time. So anyway, I'm going to go through that list one more time really quick. Alexandra Matea, Renee Dillard, Rhonda Palmer, Nancy Volz, Barbara Kellenbach, and Lisa Colette. So ladies, all of your goodies to be claimed, you just need to email me with your mailing address so I can get this in the mail to you. All right, I'm setting those behind me. So thank you and congratulations to everybody. Now, if you want to get entered into a drawing for free stamps, all you got to do is share my video. I will also enter you if you place an order through my online store. You'll get another entry, so that's awesome. Okay. Yeah, fruit tarts are yummy. She posted a picture of them a while back, and I was just like mouth watering. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, like I said, today we've got kind of some fun projects that I wanted to create for you. I had several requests for things, and so let's get right on down to it. So the first thing I wanted to show you was this card. I made this a while ago, and if I think of it, I'll link the video to your to the description of this video. Oh my gosh. Okay, and this features the foil acid or the Mercury glass acetate that's in the holiday catalog. And what I did with this card is I made a watercolor background and then adhered the acetate to it. Okay, so that's how I made that. And the next thing, Nancy Volts, I just saw your name pop up. You won a stamp set, so make sure you email me to claim your prize. Okay, I got to bring my stamps over. So, I've also gotten a whole bunch of requests from people to use the snow front stamp set. I've gotten those over for several weeks. So I thought I would take the stamp set and make 2 different cards featuring the different patterns. So the first thing is, and somebody even asked this in their request, is there a backing to pull off of this? And the answer is yes. You can kind of tell which side it is because it's a little bit more dull on one side than the other. And there is that little backing. So what you want to do is just, I like to take your pick tool and in the corner, yeah, I'm on the right side. And on the corner of the sheet, just sort of scrape it a little. And that will bring it up, okay? So, there we go. Protective backing is gone. And now it's a little shinier on that side. So, okay, so there we go. But and by the way, there is a video tutorial for this card. And like I said, if I can remember, I'll link it. Okay, so on this card, what I want to do is I'm going to stamp on a stitched square. This is the largest stitched square. And we're going to do a fall card and a winter card with this stamp set. I think when you see the name Snowfront, you think, oh, it's winter. That's what we're going to make for this. But I'm going to show you that it's not just winter. So I'm looking for my stamps and I realize they're just right here next to me. All right. So I've got a few images. I think this is for the next one. And I just wanted to kind of stamp these on here a little bit. To create my beautiful little background here. And so I'm going to use a few different colors. I've got, let's see, I've got, where did my pretty peacock? Oh, here it is. Not pretty peacock. Purple Posy. So I've got Pretty Peacock, Purple Posy, and Seaside Spray. And then I'm going to also use some basic gray, which is right here, to complete the color combination. So nice, subtle, cool tones, because this is like the snowy card, right? Okay, so I'm going to start with my Pretty Peacock. And I'm just going to stamp my trees on here, like so. I'm going to pick it up and stamp it once more, kind of off to the side, just so I get a little different background, and then once more. So I stamped it 3 times, okay? And then next, I'm going to add this tree, also in Pretty Peacock, and I'm going to stamp it kind of here and here and here, just so I really get some nice trees going in the background. All right, and then I'm going to do some mountains, and the mountains are going to be stamped in Purple Posy, kind of in the background here. And this is real subtle. You can see I stamped off. Actually, that wasn't the one I was supposed to stamp off. Sorry. This one I needed. I did it full strength. I'm kind of mucking it up, but that's okay. I'm going to stamp it off again so that there's one full strength, one sort of off, and another one off. And then we'll do one more. We're going to stamp it off and then kind of do it up there. So what I'm getting is I'm kind of getting a mountainous background, and then I've got trees in the foreground. Okay. And then I'm going to also take and put a little lake right here in, and this, I should say, is either a lake or like a snowbank, I guess. So it kind of depends on what you want it to be. And I stamped that twice, and that is in Seaside Spray. Okay, so now I've got all my little images on here. There is one more that I want to do, and that is my pretty little deer. And we're going to stamp those in basic gray right there. Okay, so there we go. Now we're not quite done with this, because this is our winter scene and it's just so pretty, we're going to take and add a little fun to it. Okay, so you can use puff paint for this, but I'm actually going to use some of our glitter because I just love it. So what I'm going to do is put some liquid glue on here, and I'm just kind of going down the tree like so. Do some over here. So it's like there's some glue on my trees. I gotta do just a little bit more over here. Okay. And then I'm going to take my ice Stampin' Glitter, which I think I've used this on my Facebook Lives a few times because it's just so pretty and glittery and happy. I love it. Okay, so now you can see all those lines on there, which is fine. But what's going to actually end up happening is it will dry clear, so you won't see them later. It'll just be the glitter. Okay. I'm also noting that the glitter is sort of sticking to where I'd stamped on here. That's all right. Okay. So we got that on there. We're going to set this aside and allow it to dry for a second. So let's start working on putting our card together. So I cut my foil acetate to 3.5 by 4 3/4, and I'm going to put it on a 3 5/8 by 4 7/8 panel of soft Seaside spray. So hard. Words are so hard. Okay, so what I want to do with this is take and adhere it in a few different spots with some snail. So I'm just going to kind of, and by the way, putting snail on acetate is not as easy as you might think. But what I'm going to do is just hide it under a few of these spots. And I just need it in a few spots. And that will stick to my card just fine. Okay. And that's so pretty. And then we'll put this on top. But I'm also going to take and add a little bit of this gorgeous scalloped edged ribbon. This is the Seaside spray. Oh, see, I got it that time. So I've got this one little thing of glue dots that is almost out. I'm trying to finish them up. All right. So I'm just going to put that across here like so. And I love this ribbon. It's some of my favorite. It's in the new In colors, so it's really pretty. And then my card base is going to be Seaside spray as well. So let me get my bone folder. How big is that square to fit all the trees, mountains, and deer? I think it's about 2.5 inches. Let's see. I just happen to have a ruler right here. It's 2 5/8 of an inch square. It's the largest stitched square. So there we go. We're going to put this on our card, popped up, because that looks fancy. I think it looks fancy anyway. And I'm actually going to put, I like putting a dimensional on the edge of my ribbon so that this can't pop off. That's kind of a good way to make sure it sticks, is to put a little adhesive on it. And by the way, the silver foil with this Seaside spray is just so gorgeous. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to pop this up onto our card here as well. And I wanted to also, before I do that though, I wanted to add a sentiment. So I'm going to pull my Itty Bitty Christmas stamp set out. And I think, I could probably do Peace and Happiness because that sure would work here. Wouldn't it? I think so. So we'll pull that out and add this.
to our card. Oops. I find that when you mount it straight on your block, you're much more likely to get it straight on your card. Just saying. Okay, so I'm going to put peace and happiness right up here. Oh, so pretty. I did that in what's this color? Pretty Peacock. Okay, so I'm going to put a couple more dimensionals on here, and I think this will mail okay. But I'm putting the dimensionals on my card as opposed to the back of this just because I still have glue that's not quite adhered or dry on the front. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? Such a pretty card. I just whipped that out. Like, pretty good. Okay. Now I'm going to use the same basic layout and make a completely different card. But like I said, I'm going to use the same layout, same stamp set. And this time I'm going to feature the foil acetate that looks like this. So the last one was kind of a cracked background, and this one is more of the Mercury glass looking. Like, this reminds me of the ornaments that used to be on my grandma's Christmas tree. So you can see you got to pull that backing off, and it just makes it a little prettier. It's not dull. So there we go. Now this time I'm using the Old Olive cardstock on here. And I have to laugh. I forgot to mention this earlier. So one of the things we did, my husband and I did, is we watched a couple episodes of Game of Thrones. We're on like season 4 or 5 right now. And there was like, I don't know what the guy is called, but you know, where they offer up the baby to the zombie frozen things, you know, that happened last night in our episode. So this cracked, frozen, cracked looking stuff reminded me of this winter scene. You're welcome for that, by the way. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna come back to this card. Once again, I'm just gonna hide my adhesive under these little solid spots on this, and you just, I mean, if you get a few spots, you'll be good to go. Don't stress like you've got to get 18 different places for it to adhere. It'll be fine. And then the other thing is we're going to wrap a little bit of twine around this to also help hold everything together. You know, kind of like a lady getting dressed for a night out on the town. Just kidding. Actually, I wore jeans last night and I was like, oh my gosh, I hate wearing jeans. I never wear jeans, so I had to laugh about that. Okay, so now I've got that same sized stitched square again, and I'm going to do my stamping again with the same stamp set, but this time I'm going to do a fall scene. I probably should have done the fall scene first, but I had cut the paper in the wrong order, so whatever. All right, so for this, I'm going to take my Old Olive ink pad, and I'm going to stamp this down, and that's really dark. I didn't want it that dark, so I put it on there stamped off, which I think stamping off is fairly powerful with this stamp set because you can get a lot of different shades of things. I'm also taking and just brushing my aqua painter on here. This is actually watercolor paper, and the only reason it is because I happen to have a few of these sitting around. It's not like I was like, ooh, I need to use watercolor paper for this. But because this is watercolor paper, I was able to blend it with my aqua painter. So it kind of gives that faux watercolor look, which I have taught many times in the past before. Okay, so I'm also going to take and stamp the little bear trees on here. And you might think that these are winter trees. You would be wrong, however. They are not winter trees. They are fall trees. If I stamp them in blue or gray, they're winter trees. Or black, but when I stamp them in soft suede, they're fall trees. And when you think, oh, well, there's no leaves on them, you'd be wrong too, because we're going to add leaves to them. I'm going to start with crushed curry, and let me just clean my stamp off quick. So I'm just going to add some crushed curry leaves on here. I'm stamping them a couple times Oops, I only meant to stamp that off once. So we'll stamp it, you know, full strength stamped off a little. And then I'm also going to add some Cajun Craze leaves. And those, just likewise, we'll stamp off a couple, 2-3 times, and then stamp on here like so. And that kind of fills in our trees. And if you feel like, oh, you need one more there, you'd be right. All right, so look at how cute that is. So I have these cute little fall trees on here now, which I love. And I'm also thinking to myself, you know, those trees didn't quite go up to meet my tree trunks. So let's just add a little more green on here. And if you need to, you can just stamp it again and you'll get a little more. Perfect. There we go. Okay. So there's my little background. And then I went ahead, and I do have my silver acetate, but we're going to mix and mingle metallics. I've got a thanks right here that I die cut out of copper foil, and I'm just going to adhere this with some liquid glue. Actually, well, let's do my standby trick, which is to take a little silicone mat and a little liquid glue with my sponge. And look, I have a nice new sponge. My other one was so gross. I had to change it up. Get a nice new one. Okay. So there we go. I'm going to just adhere that right there. So cute. Okay. What set are the leaves from? They're from the same set, Lisa. It's all in here. I suspect in the Snowfront stamp set, you might think these are like snowflakes, but you'd be wrong. They're leaves. So there we go. That's where those came from. So I've got my thanks on here. And I also have the word heartfelt. And I'm going to take, and by the way, I could add little fall frolicking deer on here too if I wanted. But I'm not going to, just because I already glued that thanks down. But that's definitely an option. Okay, so I've got the word thanks, as I mentioned, and I want to stamp that on a little scrap of paper in my soft suede ink. And the heartfelt and the thanks are from the well said words. And here's, let's see, what is the name of the stamp set? I thought I had it out here. I guess not. You know, well said. It was in the spring catalog last year. Okay, so I've stamped heartfelt, and I'm going to trim it out really tight. And then we're going to add it right to our card. Oh, so cute. Okay. Then I'm going to take and pop this up with just a little piece of dimensional off my sheet and put it right there. It fits right between the H and the K. Heartfelt thanks. I can even move it over just a little more if it'll let me. Perfect. So isn't that cute? Okay, now to add this to our card, we'll pop it up just like we did before. And we're also going to put on some of our linen thread. Okay, so I'm just going to put it right there. And normally, like I said, I kind of mentioned I don't like mixing my metals too much. You know, like gold and silver and that kind of thing. Where did my linen thread go? I'll just grab me another roll. But in this case, I think it actually really kind of works. So Tina says, you're having trouble with some of your ink pads. When you stamp words, the ink bleeds. Let me get back. Stamped images do not bleed. Any suggestions? I would think that some stamps are not going to bleed when others don't. You know what I mean? So I suspect you're either rocking your stamp or you're pushing on a smaller, like especially if it's a little word like this, the harder you push, the more ink you get globbed on there. And chances are that's what's causing your problem. Usually when people struggle with ink, they either have too much ink or not enough ink. So if your ink pads are dry and they need to be re-inked, that could be an issue. If they are too juicy, as they can often be, especially with our firm foam ink pads, then you probably just need to blot off a little bit of the ink. And I would do that on just a scrap piece of paper, or even better, you can take a plastic spoon and rub your ink into the pad. And I'll show you that in 1 second, Tina. Okay. All right. So there we go. I just tied a little bow on here. We'll trim that end down just a touch, and then we'll pop this up on our card. So 2 very different cards, 1 stamp set, 1 layout, 1 acetate packet, 2 patterns of acetate, but one package of it as both. And then there you go. Isn't that fun? Okay, so really kind of cool. Don't you guys like that? I do. Okay, so here's my ink pad. And this one is relatively juicy. So when I stamp it, actually looks, but this is a good set to try it on. It looks pretty good. But like I'm really pushing in here, and you can see I've got ink all over the place. And if I stamp it straight up and down without a ton of pressure, I'm good. If I rock it a little bit, okay, I got to rock it a lot. Of course, there we go. That's when I catch my edge. And you didn't necessarily say that's what the problem is, but I'm just mentioning this. But it's, especially on smaller words, it's the straight up and down that you really need to do to get it to work well. But if your pad is too juicy, what you can do is this is actually a plastic spoon, but take a plastic spoon and rub the ink into your ink pad. That way you don't have to get rid of ink, but you're just gonna, when you store your pads, you know, all the ink comes to the surface. And so when you rub the ink into it, then that helps. And then on these stamps where there's lots of texture, once you do that, you really do, even you can probably see a little bit better here, the texture differences really kind of show up. So that is one of the best suggestions that I can give you. Okay, so just checking. All right. Okay. Okay, so there we go. All right, those are our first 2 cards. Next up, we're going to totally change gears. Someone had asked for a Christmas card, or just Christmas cards in general. And I had not used my super sweet #Elfie stamp set yet. This is the $1 Million stamp set for Karen Duke, my friend from Canada, and it's so stinking cute. I love this no peeking. I think I need to make a card out of this, but I chose this image because I just think it's cute. I like that. I mean, they're all cute, but oh wait, but before I do that, sorry, I had 2 more cards to share with you with acetate. These are cards I received in swaps. So here is one. This is featuring that cute little Halloween stamp set, which I think is called Monster Bash. Nope, Boo to You. Sorry, Boo to You. So isn't that adorable? So there's just a little bit of acetate on the top. And then this card is a Christmas card with that acetate, and it's just featuring the plaid, perfectly plaid stamp set. So there's 2 more cards, and I'll post these on my blog. And this one is made by Sarah, and I don't know who this one was made by. There's no name on it. So, all right. Next up, though, we're going to like I said, use this Elfie stamp set. So I've got my Elfie, and I die cut a stitched rectangle. And you know what? I gotta clear out all these stamps. Oh my gosh, they like the Snowfront stamp set is thrown up all over my desk. So let me just quick get rid of them. 2 cards worth of Snowfront. All right, I think that is better. Plus sentiments. It's a lot of stamps. Oh my gosh, and I almost dumped them. Luckily that did not happen. Okay, so on my Elfie stamp set, I'm going to stamp this in black Memento ink onto my little stitched rectangle, like so. And then I'm gonna get rid of my paper here just so I have a clean piece right here for you. And then I'm gonna color this with my Stampin' Blends. So I just have a few combos. I've got my Cherry Cobbler blends, my Shaded Spruce blends, my Daffodil Delight blends, my Ivory and Bronze, and then finally I've got a light Night of Navy. Okay, so the combos of all these. And then what I'm going to do with this is just color it in, and this is going to take a little time, so be patient. If I get tired, I do have one that's complete, so I might cheat a little, but we'll see how we do. So I'm just coloring in some of the areas in the Cherry Cobbler dark. I like starting with dark with my blends. And I'm going to change this up a little. Okay, so then I'll come in with my light and go over the dark so I can blend the color. And I'm a little careful not to go all the way to the very edge if I can help it, just so it doesn't bleed. Because when you start blending and adding more ink to the mix, that's when things can bleed a little bit. Oh, this dang elf is so stinking cute though. Oh my gosh. And then my present here. Aren't these just the cutest? Which that reminds me, I don't know that I told you this, but last week I was talking to the illustrator at Stampin' Up! And we were working on my stamp set, and I have no idea when it's coming out, and I'm not going to tell you anything else except that I am giddy, over the top, over the moon, super duper excited about it, and I think you will think that it is so me when you see it. But one other question that I've been asked a bunch of times is there lipstick in it? And the answer to that is no. Well, I like to put lipstick on. I don't stamp with lipstick, so I think you'll see. It's going to be amazing, though. I'm so excited. Since we're on the topic. How much color ahead before you blend? How much can you color ahead before you blend? Well, I like to do one color at a time. If you're doing a bigger like flower, I would maybe work in sections, like a quarter of it at a time. But honestly, it's really up to you. You can kind of do whatever works for you and get a feel for your blending capabilities. If you're more comfortable, work further ahead. If not, and it all kind of depends. Like this is small stuff. So while I am blending a bit, it's not like there's major, oops, I forgot one spot. It's not like there's major gradients of color I'm trying to achieve here. I'm just getting a little bit of a blended look in these smaller areas. So that's kind of what my, my process is, I guess. Okay, so I put a little green on here, and then I'm going to do my lighter green up here. The key, though, is going over your first color. A lot of people think you don't do that, and you do want to do that. Okay. So there we go. Since we've got the yellow open, we're just going to do the little bells on him. And then I'm going to do my dark green right here. So this is shaded spruce. And for this, I'm just adding a little bit of green kind of to the tips, and then it'll be lighter towards the bottom. And there, you know, I really think playing with blends is all about just trying and seeing what it is that's going to work for you. I'll do his buttons as green too. All right, we'll blend in here. Are they going to make it a special Costa Cabana colored rubber? Oh my gosh, God, wouldn't that be cool? No, because it's going to be a photopolymer stamp set. So no. But there's a good reason why it's photopolymer. Because it's awesome. And when I mean awesome, I mean like super awesome. Actually, I wanted to have some dark on there, but that's okay. I'll come back. Oh, I'm kind of going out of the lines today. I think when you color on camera, not all of your best work happens. Also, because like I'm looking at my stuff from a funny angle, not the angle I normally would, just because of the cameras in the way. But it's all right. It's not my best work, but it's not my worst work either. I do want to add a little darker to this area. Down here with his cute little elf boots. And then we'll blend, blend, blend. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to do is color his face and his hair. So his hair is going to be in bronze, which is just kind of a basic brown color. It's good for darker skin tones. In this case, I'm using it for the brown hair. And then for the lighter skin tones, I'll use ivory. Okay, so there's his little ears and then his hands. I guess he could have red gloves on, but not today. All right, so cute. But there's one more thing that we're going to do. The little touch I wanted to add is some of our puff paint. Because don't you think the little trim on his hat and his coat would be just so stinking cute with some puff paint on it? I do. Okay, so this is the Snowfall Accents puff paint. And we're going to be careful not to pour out a ton. Because it really just, it's pretty watery, so it just kind of comes out. If you've never used this, I definitely, and I kind of got a lot going on here, I definitely recommend just practicing somewhere before you do it for reals on your card. Okay. Because otherwise you can get a little carried away and not realize it. All right, so then we're going to heat this up. That's how the puff paint works. So you can see I've got some on there. All right. By the way, it's really important to shake this up because it is really liquidy and you don't want all the pigment to kind of settle to the bottom or the top or wherever. Okay. Sorry, I got to pull my cord out. All right. So when I heat this, what I like to do is just kind of move my heat gun back and forth until I sort of have created a little bit of a crust on the puff paint. And then I will focus a little bit more, and then the puffing will start to occur. So here it comes. It's so cute. Okay. So look at that. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. Okay. So when will my stamp set come out? I don't know. I suspect it will be at minimum a year. Stampin' Up works well in advance. So like next year's catalog, I saw when I was there back in May. Next year's annual catalog is already done and ready. So they work so far out that it'll be a while, but that's okay. Good things come to those who wait patiently, even if they don't want to be patient. All right, so we've got this cute little thing here. Let's dress it up. So I've got a half a sheet of cherry cobbler cardstock to use as my card base, and then I'm going to take and I cut some of the Perfectly Plaid printed paper, and I'm going to put that on here. So I've got let's see, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and I'm going to adhere that to a piece of gold foil, which is 4 by 5 1/4. All right, and then I'm going to take, sorry guys, hope you're all still there. I'm going to take and pop this up on here. And so I'm going to put some ribbon underneath. And what's sweet about, oh shoot, I was going to stamp my sentiment on here. That's all right. What's great about this stamp set, by the way, is that there's such adorable little sentiments that come with it. So I'm just going to feed this through here. So this is the shaded spruce ribbon, so it all coordinates. This stuff coordinates with the Perfectly Plaid suite. Okay, so I'm just going to, whoops, attach that. I suppose I should make sure this is where I want it to be. Oh, look, there's a nice gold line to make sure I've got it on here straight and not crooked. That is always helpful. So we'll attach that like so. We'll adhere it to our card. And then we're going to add our sentiment, which, by the way, I forgot to do before, but that's okay. I like to think I'm a pretty good stamper, so I should be able to get it on. All right, so there's a couple little sentiments I'm going to do just for you up there because that's just cute and it'll fit. So we'll add that. And then I've got a couple more cards in there pretty quick and easy, which is awesome. I kind of got the putsy ones out front. Okay. Just for you. So we'll stamp that in cherry cobbler up here. I know, I like the plaid too. I think it's really fun. So that's a cute little card, isn't it? So adorable. So you could add another stitched layer around this, but I thought it was fine. I wanted to make sure I could see a lot of the plaid because I love that plaid. So, all right. Next up, I also had a request for the I think it's called Cup of Christmas, the Christmas cup set. Yes, Cup of Christmas. So this is one of our new Reversibles stamp sets. So the stamped image is like this, but you can also use it like this, which is kind of cool. So oh wait, actually, I'm sorry, you guys. I had a bow on here that I wanted to attach right there. I almost forgot it. Look at that. Boom. Now it's really cute. Okay, so this cup of Christmas stamps that I've had a couple of requests for as well. So I've got kind of a cute little card, really simple, easy to do. I know this one is easy to do for swaps because I actually made a bunch of, or for Christmas cards because I made a bunch of swaps for it. So I'm going to fold my card in half. I've got an old olive card base with some real red, kind of some more traditional colors of Christmas. And I'm going to use some Pool Party ink to stamp my cup. Okay, so I've got my cup here. And I'm just going to stamp it on here like so. Boom. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the stamp off. This is an important step, people. Don't skip it. Okay, and then I'm going to take the stamp, flip it over, and pick it back up. That's not right. There we go. Okay, and now you can see I can do a mirror image of it, and it's perfectly easy to do because you can see right through, and boom, there we go. All right, next up, I'm going to take and stamp my sentiment that comes with this stamp set right over the top in black ink. Sending you a cup of cheer. So cute. Okay, and we're gonna jazz this up a little bit. I already smudged it. Darn it all. But we'll figure it out. Let's see. I need a light old olive blend and then a dark real red blend. Okay, so for this I'm just going to color the little greenery on here. It's not much, but I do think it adds a nice touch to color that in. You are coloring in over the stamped area a bit, but it's okay. And then I'm going to color my dots in really quick like so, but I'm also going to take and make it even cuter with some red rhinestones just as soon as I find them. They're stuck. All right, so I've got these awesome red rhinestones, and I'll use my Take Your Pick kit, or tool, that's what I meant. And I'm just going to add a couple little, oh, and actually, I wonder, there's one more image I need to use, and that's the little holly from right here. It's like I had more berries on here than that. I forgot one of my stamps. Okay, so let me just clean this block quick. All right, so we'll stamp that and color that too. I was like, I swear there's more coloring on here. So this just kind of fills out everything. And like I said, we'll color that in with our marker. And we'll do the dots, which are really quick. Oops. Quick and easy. But now we're going to add some of our rhinestones. Like I got one ready to go. Okay, so we'll put these on kind of wherever you want, but I think they look really cute, kind of like this. So I've got just a few on there. Oh my gosh, and I smeared it again. What is wrong with me? All right, I need my eraser. Where is my eraser? Let me see. I was using it earlier. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to take and see if I can get some of these smudges off with my Mono Sand eraser. And this is just going to, I'm not pushing very hard, just going over this. And I'm really excited because I'm going to have a little adhesive kit that you can purchase from me next month. And this will be included in it. So that took quite a few of them out. I know my smudges are never quite in the right spot either, but look, that took a lot of it out, so you hardly notice it anymore. So that's pretty good. I'm happy. Okay, so I will take and adhere this to a piece of real red cardstock. Just a skinny little layer. So my Whisper White is 4.5 by 2 3/4. And so my red is going to be 4 7/8 by, or no, 4 5/8 by 3 7/8. And then I'm going to pop this up onto my card. And I'm also going to stamp in some old olive ink the little border of holly, just right above and below, like so. And I just think this is kind of a cute little touch that sort of ties it all together. And then, like I said, I'm going to pop this up. I'm also going to tie some red grosgrain ribbon on. This is, grosgrain ribbon is found in our annual catalog. And I'm just going to tie a little knot here on the end. So again, this is a really simple card. It would be great. This would be such a cute card to give, if you give like Starbucks cards for Christmas presents for people. I think this would be adorable. And who wouldn't like a Starbucks card? So, okay. And then I'm just, like I said, I'm going to pop this up right on top. So really easy. Because, of course, Christmas cards that are easy are always better than Christmas cards that are hard, right? Especially if you're making more than like 1 or 2. So, there we go. A super cute card. All right. Okay. My next and final card is going to feature one of the stamp sets that's on special. Let me just verify that. It is, I'm pretty sure. Beautiful Friendship. There's Beautiful Day, Beautiful You. I swear it was on here. What if it's not? So that would be a little bit embarrassing. I swear it was on. Oh, no, it is on here. Beautiful Friendship. Whew. Gosh. Like, I marked up my catalog. So this is going to be a really super simple card. And this one, actually, I'm laughing because this was a reject from, it was a reject from my retreat that's coming up this weekend. I just chose to go a different way with the card we're making. But it's a really cute, another really easy card, which I like. And it's kind of a different color combination, which I also like. Just, something a little different. So we're going to come back to that Seaside Spray stamp color. And I'm going to take, the Beautiful Friendship, by the way, is this stamp set. One of my favorites from the new catalog this year. You might recall a video I did with Sarah Douglas, the CEO of our company. I loved the card that we made together. It was a really bright, happy card. So that was really fun. But I'm going to do kind of a much more subtle and just pretty card. And this is the kind of card that would be perfect for a wedding, for fall, for whatever, winter, fall, what have you. I'm going to stamp this with some Smoky Slate. Just as soon as I figure out where my Smoky Slate pad went, I had it out. Oh, here it is. I just had it out right here. On the list when it says available in French, no, that is not that is not the French number. That's the English number. I think available in French means that if you want it in French, make sure you look or you know that it is French. And here's, I will double check that. Beautiful friendship. The number on the list is the number that's on my stamp set. So I think the fact that it just says available in French means that it is available. And honestly, you want to know where that comes from? Is we've talked to Stampin' Up! About the fact that the French market is a little bit smaller or a lot smaller than the US market. And so when they give us printouts that have all those numbers in French too, it's really confusing. So I think what they're doing is just giving the French numbers in the French market. And that way it's easier for people so that they don't accidentally order the wrong language in their stamp set. So like the French Canadians probably will get that list in the French. So that's, I'm not positive, but that's my guess based on some feedback we've shared. Okay, now I've got my 2 little roses right here, and then I'm also going to stamp the center of my roses with my basic gray, a little slightly darker. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp that right over the top, like so. Okay, so that looks kind of cool. And then I'm going to close this up. And I'm going to use my Memento. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment, which is so very happy to know you. And I'm stamping that right over the top. Now, I love this card as it is. It's really pretty. But I was trying to decide if it would be even prettier if I embossed it. So I think that you guys can tell me what you think. So here it is, embossed with the, whatever this is called. What is it called? Scripty embossing folder. Oh my gosh. Or here it is plain. So you tell me which one you prefer. But I'm also going to take and add a little bit of clear Wink of Stella to this, just because I think that would be a really nice, pretty touch. So I'm just kind of swirling some clear Wink of Stella on over the top. We'll do that to both. And then you can tell me which one you like, embossed or plain. So let me know. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Embossed, 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 embossed. Okay. Embossed, embossed. So lots of pretty. Okay. Sounds like you guys like the embossed version. All right, so there we go. Now, I wanted it to be a really simple card, but I didn't want it to be completely plain. So you can have a simple card without it being super plain. And to do that, to keep it simple, I'm going to put it on a white card base. I almost said clear. Just white. So this is a thick white card base. And then I'm just going to add it to that. But that's really plain, right? So what if I took just a little peak of ribbon? So this is that same ribbon we used earlier, the Seaside Spray scalloped ribbon. And I have like a 2-inch piece. I glue dotted the 2 layers together, and then I'm going to glue dot it to my card like that. So it's just a teeny little peak of ribbon on my card. And I think that just adds a nice little extra something, something. Okay, now to make this nice and pretty, and I think a little fancier without adding anything extra, I'm just going to pop it up onto my card. Just as soon as I can get these dimensionals to not stick where I don't want them to stick. And then that also will account for that thickness of ribbon that I've put right here. I mean, it's not super thick. It's just, if you glued it straight on, there would probably be a little bulge. But there we go. Isn't that nice? And don't you think the popping it up really makes a difference? So I'm with you. I like the scripty folder. But this way I could have it embossed before. All right. So I embossed after I stamped. So that was part of it, is because I'm on Facebook Live, I'd have to stop, go back to my Big Shot, roll it through. So this way you can also see the difference. So this is stamped not embossed, stamped, and embossed. Another folder that would be really pretty with this would be the subtle embossing folder. I think that would be really pretty. You could probably even get away with the eyelet lace embossing folder. That would be a nice one as well. So yeah, so that's just an option, and I do like that little touch of ribbon right there. Okay, so those are all my cards. I'll bring them back in. Just let me clear off the mess real quick so you guys can see them. We did 5 cards today. Busy, busy, busy. I love them too. Of course, my cards are like my babies. All right, so we did this one. We did our cup of cheer. We did our hashtag Elfie. So cute. Used our Stampin' Blends and the Perfectly Plaid paper. And then we made these 2 beautiful cards featuring that Mercury glass acetate. 2 different cards, same layout, same basic design. So really pretty. And then I also shared a couple other examples. This is a card I've done on my blog. There's a video for this. And like I said, I'll try and remember to link that video in the description of this video for you. Likewise, if you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be in the description of the video. And then these are just a couple of swap cards that I have received from people using that acetate as well, just to give you a few more ideas. So really versatile. You can see there's lots of different things you can do with it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed those cards. Let me give you a little rundown on some things that are going on. So first of all, and I will put this in the description of this video as well. First of all, today we're mailing out our, I don't want to do this in pencil. I need my Sharpie. Today we're mailing out our Creativity to Go kits, but I have a few extras. So if you are interested in it, make sure you register right away. But first, sharing is caring. So if you will share this on YouTube or Facebook, I would be so appreciated. You'll be entered in the drawing for free stamps. Okay. You also get entered if you place an order. Ooh, and speaking of placing, speaking of placing an order, I have a special from today. This is the 21st through the 31st of October. For if you spend $60 or more, you'll get free glitter enamel dots, the green and red ones. GLITT enamel dots. I don't know if I spelled that right, but they're these ones. So you'll get these free if you spend at least $60 with me from today through the end of the month. Okay, so make sure you place an order in my online store for that. That is for Stampin' Up! Merchandise. Like I said, I've got 2 classes that are ready to go. One is the still scenes. The PDF will go out tomorrow, but the packages are going out today yet. Still scenes, that is my to-go kit for this month. And then the other one is the snowman season. And I have just a few packets of those left as well. And by the way, if you order them together at the same time, you'll save $5. And save. And like I said, I'll add the link to the description of that. Okay. Also on Wednesday, all day is our flash sale. And I'll be posting about that on this page that you're watching this video on, as well as my blog and all of that good stuff. But if you want to hang on for just a minute, I will go through my catalog, and I marked all the pages. So I'll share with you all of the cards, or I'm sorry, stamp sets that are included in that sale just as soon as I find my catalog. I know I have it out here so I could show you. Gosh darn it. I hate when this happens. I pulled my catalog out so I could show you. Here's the flash sale flyer. This will be on my blog. I shared it in a email earlier today if you're on my email list. If not, you should be. The link is in the description of this video. It's not yet, but if you're watching it on YouTube, it will be. And darn it, where is my catalog? Okay. It was just here. It has disappeared. Oh, no, here it is. It's just right next to me, but it's under all the stamps I just cleared off. Okay, so if you want to watch, oh, and check this out, you guys. I was looking for the stamp. Oh, things get stuck to interesting things, don't they? Okay, so I look at all of these are the stamp sets that are going to be on sale. There's a whole bunch. So let's go through the catalog real quick, and I'll show you which ones they are. Okay, so first is the Merry Christmas to All. And I know you're going to ask me, first thing, are these sets going to be retired? I have no idea. They might be, they might not be. I'm sure some will be and some won't. So there's no rhyme or reason to it, so don't worry. But this is a really wonderful stamp set. I love it. It's got all those words, which is perfect. We've also got the Lots of Cheer stamp set, and I showed a really cute card with that. I'd got this in a swap from Rhonda Morgan, a friend of mine who's a demonstrator. And this is just a really cute card that she created using the stamp set. And actually this was one of the stamp sets I gave away at the beginning of our show. So there we go. The next one is the Making Christmas Bright stamp set, which is a great set. It has a punch that coordinates. That was in last year's catalog, as well as the Dashing Deer, another fabulous set. I love this one. And the Winter Woods. This has been a very popular stamp set. I highly recommend it if you don't have it. Ooh, Barbara, you definitely need to watch the replay at the beginning. Just saying. Okay. Next up is the I Say Hello. I made a really pretty card with this, and I combined the hello there with some of the leaves from the Gather Together bundle. It was black, vanilla, and pool party. I did that like a week or two ago. This set, Inspiring Iris, oh my gosh, this is for sure. This might even be a Creativity to Go class in the spring, so I would highly recommend that set. Next up is the Fanciful Fragrance, and of course I just ordered this stamp set like a week ago, but oh well. The Very Versailles stamp set is a really pretty set. The Tea Together, also very pretty, and framelits that coordinate. I always love when there's coordinating stuff. The Beautiful You, and if nothing else, you get this just for the words. I love the sentiments that are in here. Life looks beautiful on you. So happy for you. Live, laugh, love. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Okay, next up is probably my favorite set of all time, which is, of course, the Abstract Impressions. Love, 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 love. If you don't have this, you're crazy. You definitely need it. Next is the Swirly Frames. This is a really great stamp set, and I've done a few different things with this. I like that one a lot, too. I would get that if I didn't already have it. The Painted Glass. This is a really pretty set. Great for coloring. Budding Borders, and actually I have a Simple to Stunning Sunday video that it's actually going to come out soon using this. Of course, the Beautiful Friendship stamp set, which I showed on our last card there. The Waterfront stamp set, which is kind of the sister to the Snowfront stamp set, so that's a really great one. Little Twinkle Garden Shed. I'm going to go along at a little faster clip here. Garden Goodness. This is a really good one. Painted Harvest, one of my faves. I did this a couple weeks ago. Rare Blessings. Again, this one just for the words. I love the words on here. They're so awesome. I really like that set. I've used it once or twice before, but ooh, that's one on my list to continue to use, as is this Slice of Happiness. It's kind of like the fruit version of that garden one a minute ago. The Beautiful Day. This is an oldie but goodie. Love the sentiments in here. Next up, Leave a Little Sparkle. Made a really cute set with that. The unicorn, or really cute card not too long ago. Magical Mermaid, another fan favorite. If you have little girls in your life, you need these sets. Stargazing is another great one. I don't have this one yet, so this will be good for me to get. Wonderful Moments, really great for baby and bridal showers. Seaside Notions. I love this set. We're kind of out of season for it right now, but it's a great, great set. First Frost, another favorite of mine. For sure, get this one if you don't have it. Capture the Good is a cute little stamp set. This is my good friend Tammy White's $1 million stamp set, or actually $2 million stamp set. Love What You Do is a really popular set, and we used these two little pieces on the cow cards. I've made a couple cow cards where we use these to make splotches for the cows, which is really cute. And then in my Facebook class, I actually used this, and this last week, so that's kind of fun. Born to Shine is a pretty ballerina set. A Good Man is a cute stamp set, and actually I have no. I was going to say, I thought I had a sample handy of it, but I don't. Rooted in Nature. This is a wonderful stamp set, and it's a spendier stamp set. It's $42. So the fact that it's on sale, a great deal. Gotta love that. And there's just so many beautiful things you can do with this stamp set. Love it, love, love it. Lily Pad Lake. Actually, this is one of my faves. I made a gorgeous card with this not too long ago with my blending brushes. Best Catch, another great masculine stamp set, as is Country Road, real good one. Artisan Textures. Oh, this is another fabulous card. I highly recommend that one too. As is High Tide. Ooh, I love this. Sea of Textures is another fantastic stamp set that I do recommend. Let It Ride, a horse set. Geared Up Garage, like all the man sets are on sale. I love that. The Gallery Grunge. All of the background stamps are on sale. Yay. Around the Corner. This is a really cute set. I need to use it more. I like it a lot. And Bokeh Dots. I've used this a lot over the ages. It's been out a couple years now. I really like that set. And then this is Make a Difference. The Crafting Forever stamp set. The Lined Alphabet. And that's it. So a whole bunch. I think there's like 60 stamp sets. I can't remember if they told us that or not. I swear I heard that somewhere. But anyway, a whole bunch. Now, some people are asking questions. Why does some demos say Tuesday? If you are, it is whatever the day is, October 23rd. So some of you watching me are in other countries where it is tomorrow. So be aware of that. Yeah. So it's Wednesday, and I think that is, I think that is, yeah, it's on the 23rd, which... Does it say that here? Yeah, October 23rd, which is Wednesday. Today's the 21st. So, yeah. So that is the deal. How much is the discount? 15%. And then demos get the discount off of that price as well, of course. So you get your discount if you're a demonstrator. If you want to be a demonstrator, you can sign up and actually get an extra 15% off your kit if you get all the stamps off here for your kit. But if you have questions about that, you can ask me. Being a demonstrator is awesome because you get a discount on all your purchases. It's my favorite part of being a demonstrator. So anyway, if you have questions, of course, let me know. And don't forget, when you spend $60, you will get these fabulous Twal Tidings Glimmer Dots from me as a gift. And that goes through the end of this month. So take advantage of that. You also get a PDF as well. So it's kind of like bonus plus that's a PDF. I have a PDF tutorial that I also give out when your order is $50. So you get double dip if your order is $60. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for stamping with me today. I always love stamping with you. Have a fantastic week. We'll probably see you here next week. I'm depending on how I'm feeling, I might change the date of my live. It might be Wednesday instead of Monday just because of my weekend retreat. But I'm pretty sure I'll be here on Monday. That's the only thing I'm going to do on Monday. Anyway, maybe get a massage, but otherwise I will see you guys soon. Thanks for stamping with me today. Bye-bye.